Yes, now welcome to the video. This video is designed to cut through all of that bullshit you get in this industry and get you as much information that you can action upon as quickly as possible. So let's get started. What we're going to cover in this call is firstly, to stop chasing hype and to actually master consistency. Secondly, is to track your progress and how that helps. And finally, is getting your nutrition spot on. So chasing hype and consistency, ditching those fads, TikTok fucking what you see on there, you just want to chase that and build something that actually works for you in the long run. So first things first is you want to stick to a routine. So build a routine around your lifestyle, which is sustainable. So start by breaking your day down, breaking your goals down and see where you can streamline your day, where you can add things in to improve it and to push you towards your goals and take things away that aren't helping you towards your goals, aren't improving your day and are just time wasted. Secondly is to start small and build that momentum up. So small wins compound up over time. So the best thing you can do here is to break your goals, your big goals that you have, break them down and focus on little daily wins that push you towards them. So for example, a fat loss goal, if you had a step goal, or 15k a day, ticking that each day will help you push towards your goal. But it's not a big daunting task to hit. It's nice and easy, and it gives you that momentum that you can snowball into bigger things. Finally, is to stick at it and be patient. Now, we all want quicker results. We all want results tomorrow. We all want results yesterday, to be honest, but it comes with consistency. It comes with discipline. It comes with time. And you're not going to find any quick fixes. It doesn't happen overnight. Obviously, as nice as that would be. Next up is to track your progress. We do this to see results. You need to track your efforts, and here is exactly how you can do that. So firstly is in the gym, log your weights, your reps, your form, your tempo, track your sessions, how they felt, how much you've eaten, everything like that, tracking them to make sure you're progressing over time, spotting trends, and just to make sure you're lifting heavier or you're getting more reps or your form's staying the same. You want to be progressing week in, week out. Now, that doesn't mean adding 5 kilo a week. You want to progress whilst keeping form the same. Next up is body weight. Track your morning body weight each morning, fasted before you've eaten or drank anything, after you've been to the toilet, and then use this data to adjust your calories or your expenditure depending on whether you want to gain or lose weight. Body weight wise, if you're in a gaining phase and you haven't gained weight for 5 days, your weekly average is staying down or the same. You know, right, I either need to bring expenditure down or more likely increase food, or vice versa if you're in a dieting phase and you know, right, I need to lose weight, but the last 5 days I've stayed at the same body weight or even put on weight, you know, right, I either need to bring calories down or push expenditure up. And that is exactly how you do it. And then finally, which I think a lot of people neglect a little bit, is your physique shots. Take them fasted weekly under the same lighting conditions for accurate comparisons, and then you can see over time the difference that you're making. Not only is this good to make sure you're staying on track, but also for gratitude. Being able to look back and see the progress you've made is so important to keep you motivated, keep you confident, and just keep you pushing on. Next up is nutrition. Now, again, similar to the physique shots, a lot of people neglect nutrition and don't understand the importance of it. So let's talk about fueling your body right. So the first thing I want to go down around is your meal timings around training. Now, post-workout meal is the most important meal of the day. We used to think pre-workout was more important than post-workout, but new studies come out saying that's not really the case, and post-workout is the most vital out of all of them. So what do you actually want for your post-workout meal? You want quick digesting carbs, so rice-based cereals, rice cakes, basically anything rice is going to digest really nicely, really quickly for you. Then a protein source, minimum of 30 grams of protein to kick in that muscle protein synthesis and really drive that growth back. The carb wise is to kickstart that recovery of the muscle and fuel your body again to start that recovery post workout. Protein source is to start the recovery and start fueling the muscles. And then you want to keep fat as low as possible in this post-workout meal. Ideally, no fat at all. Reason for that, fat slows down the digestion of food. We want this food in us as quickly as possible. Now, again, it's not like the old bodybuilders used to say, oh, you need a protein shake within 20 minutes of finishing your session. Not quite. If you're having your pre-workout meal an hour before your session, if you have your post-workout 1 hour, 2 hours even, that post-workout, that is absolutely fine. What you want is, say your workout in the middle, you want a 4-hour window around that workout. So if you're having your pre-workout meal 3 hours pre-workout, then yes, you want to have that post-workout meal as soon as you can. But if you're having your pre-workout meal 30 minutes before, you have a few more hours to play with post-workout. Now, to err on the side of caution, have it within 2 hours post-workout, just to be on the safe side, even if you are having it your pre-workout closer to your session. But if you're having that pre-workout meal a couple hours, a few hours before, or you're training fasted, definitely try get that meal in post-workout as soon as you can. Now, in terms of pre-workout, carbs are important. They do help. They help with energy, they do help with strength to an extent, and they do help with the pump. Not that that's a muscle driver, but it is nice to have. However, they are nowhere near as vital as the post-workout. So if you're in a very aggressive diet phase and you're on low calories, definitely prioritize carbohydrates in that post-workout, not the pre-workout. Macro breakdown wise, the advice I'd give for you is, and this is very rough guidance, and you can play around with this a little bit, but very rough guidance for you if you're in a maintenance, relatively steady weight loss phase or a gaining phase, is to roughly have 30% of your calories be proteins, 20% of them fats, and then 50% carbohydrates. So, like I said, this is a very rough guideline. This isn't a set in stone sort of thing. Play around with it, see what you feel good on. Protein wise, you want about 2 grams per kilo minimum, absolute baseline minimum. Then fat wise, you want about 40 to 50 grams minimum. Again, if you're in a really aggressive diet phase, you can push that down a little bit more, but you still want to be having fats in your diet just from a general health perspective, digestion perspective, and hormone health perspective. It is so vital. And then make up the rest with your carbohydrates. Again, in a gaining phase, when you're pushing calories up, you don't really need to go above 220. Protein would probably be that highest point you'd go on. So if that was then pushing above that 30%, just cap it at 220 and then pull the rest of the calories into carbohydrates for you. And again, if you're struggling with the volume of food, increase fats a little bit as they're more calorie dense. In terms of tracking nutrition, it is so important you track your nutrition. Otherwise, there's no point making changes because you don't know whether you've actually eaten what you've planned to eat in that week. So apps like MyFitnessPal make it really simple for you. Get consistent, get into the habit of tracking everything, and fly away with that. So why do all these points matter? When you master these basics, you save time by focusing on what works, what doesn't work, and getting rid of those points that don't work. And you really sort of get streamlined in everything around you. Secondly, you improve your accuracy in training and your diet, which just push you into quicker results. And then thirdly, which links into that, you just get better results and you get them faster. So all these things are really basic. Once you nail the routine down, they all just fall into place on a daily basis, but they make a huge difference. So if you want help in implementing all of these, plus even more detailed advice tailored to you, your goals, your lifestyle, everything like that, book a call with me. Let's get clear, get a custom roadmap, and I guarantee you within 12 weeks, you will be a completely new person, both mentally and physically. So let's get started. But anyway, I hope this video has been a massive help for you, and let me know your thoughts and any questions we can go over.